Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins on the eve of Bastille Day in Paris. Michael Mason, an American con man, robs several people of their wallets, while a woman walks naked through the crowd. Later, we learn that the woman and Michael work together. He pays her for distracting people's attention, and then they board the train. He notices the police enter and exit the train, without saying anything to the woman. Next, we meet CIA agent Sean Breyer, who is interrogated after a mission he was working on failed. The action shifts to a man inserting an explosive inside a teddy bear. He tells his girlfriend Zoe to put the teddy bear inside an office at the French Nationalist Party headquarters. The office is supposed to be empty, so the explosion only serves to send a message. Meanwhile, Michael sells the stolen items to his client. At that moment, Zoe prepares to complete her mission and puts the teddy bear in a handbag. She arrives at the office and goes inside. She leaves the purse on the floor and notices some people entering and decides to take the purse and leave. Michael stands outside and watches her as she talks agitatedly with her boyfriend. Thinking it is something valorous, Michael steals her purse while she is distracted. Her boyfriend is in a car with some henchmen. They are worried that the plan will not go through, but he assures them that he will solve everything. Michael checks the bag and finds the teddy bear, but little does he know that it contains a bomb. Then, Zoe's boyfriend calls her phone, and Michael answers it. He thinks it is just a gift, and throws the teddy bear away. Soon, the bomb explodes, killing 4 people. Michael looks around in confusion and flees. After the incident, the Interior Minister assures reporters and the public that the authorities will find the terrorists. Later, we find out that a security camera managed to photograph Michael's face. Other security cameras confirmed that it was Michael who detonated the bomb. He is labeled a terrorist by French authorities and placed under CIA surveillance in Paris. The next day, Michael discovers that he is wanted by French authorities, and he must escape as soon as possible. When CIA agent Sean Breyer learns about Michael, he rushes to find him. Since they have located his phone, Sean and his team can easily find the apartment of Michael. Michael takes all the money and prepares to leave, but he spots Sean and decides to escape through the window. Sean enters his apartment and follows him across the rooftops. After going through several buildings, he enters a house, but Sean manages to stop him for a moment. Nevertheless, the owner of the house interferes, and he manages to escape. Sean resumes the rooftop chase. Arriving at a supermarket, Michael comes out and puts on a stolen jacket. Sean also arrives outside and begins to look around. Michael steals a moped and is about to leave, but Sean catches him. Back to Zoe, she is back at her boyfriend's house and confesses that someone stole her purse. The goons call the man and tell him to detain Zoe because they want to talk to her. When he sees them coming, he tells her they want to kill her and tells her to flee Paris. Meanwhile, Sean takes Michael to the secret interrogation room, who states that he had no idea that the suitcase he stole had a bomb in it. He also reveals Zoe's name, saying that a certain man called on her phone. He states that he is a professional thief, and he is challenged to steal Sean's wallet. He manages to steal the money from the wallet and put it back in Sean's pocket. The CIA agent is stunned, but does not show it. As Michael returns to his seat, he steals the knife lying on the table. Elsewhere, henchmen search the city for Zoe to kill her, as she is now a witness who knows too much. The group is tracking her phone, and they arrive at the secret interrogation room. Sean goes to check the surveillance cameras, and in the process, Michael uses the knife to free himself. Sean greets the henchmen, who lie that they are supposed to deliver a package to Zoe. He says they have the wrong address, and as they are about to leave, the henchmen spot Michael. Sean fights the henchmen, while Michael escapes. Together, the thugs manage to subdue and then run away. A CIA agent finds Michael's client, and inquires about him. Sean is in the car, and informs his colleagues that Michael has escaped. The other CIA agent says they must find Michael, before the French authorities realize they are working on their territory. The Interior Minister has lunch with a CIA agent, who stresses to her the importance of capturing Michael, in order to win the trust of the French people. On the other hand, if it is the CIA that captures him, the French authorities will look bad. At that moment, Rafi, the leader of the henchmen, plans to stage another terrorist attack. They discuss how, if the group sticks to the plan and spreads disorder, they will get a $500 million payment from a bank on their encrypted disk. Next, the French Interior Minister is revealed to be the leader of the mercenary group. So he pays the mercenaries to pretend to save people in a mosque from a bomb they install, just to gain the trust of the French people. As a result, the people in the mosque are accused of being the bombers, even though they are completely innocent. The plan works, all the media talk about this incident, and Michael still remains the #1 suspect. While Michael goes to his client, whom he regards as his father, he swears he had nothing to do with the bomb, and the man takes him to a room, telling him to wait. His client calls the police, and Rafi's team of mercenaries is on its way to arrest him. Michael realizes that all the doors to the room are locked, and spots the authorities outside. He finds a crack in the wall, and escapes through it. When the mercenaries don't find him, they beat his client severely, thinking he lied to them. Rafi notices the chair hiding the hole, and realizes that Michael is running away. Soon, Michael comes out, and a sniper waits for permission to shoot, but fortunately, Sean picks him up in his car. Rafi and his team board their vehicles and pursue them. The CIA agent takes Michael to the safe house of Zoe's friend Paul, who lives with his friends. Paul refuses to turn Zoe in, and she and her friends flee on motorcycles, after burning Sean's car. Michael and Sean are forced to steal someone's car, and reach the bar where Paul works. Michael enters the bar and provokes a confrontation, by stealing a cell phone from one person, and putting it in the pocket of another. He then steals Paul's papers, and they discover the address of his apartment, where Zoe also resides. As they make their way to Paul's residence, Rafi is informed of their location, and sets out to capture them. When they break into the dwelling, Zoe takes Michael hostage, holding the knife to his throat. Breyer disarms her, and questions Zoe about the location of the next bomb and who created it. She reveals that the man she knew is named Gene, and that he is in a relationship with her, and she gives him his address. On their way to Gene's, the three are joined by Rafi and his henchmen, who get out of the car, and threaten them with guns. Sean tells everyone to put their heads down, and drives away, while Rafi shoots the car. Meanwhile, the situation in Paris is worsening, as the number of rebels against the Nationalist Party increases. As a result, the Interior Minister orders an increase in the level of alert. Sean and the two arrive at Gene's residence, but discover that he has hanged himself. Zoe bursts into tears, and Michael takes her away. Sean finds his ID, revealing that Gene was an undercover police officer. He calls his colleague Karen, a CIA agent, and informs her that the riots in the city were organized by someone, and she sends someone to get them. Karen meets with the Interior Minister, and informs him that it was the French authorities who prepared the bomb, not knowing that he is actually the mastermind behind it all. Karen informs him about Sean, Michael and Zoe, and asks him to get them to safety. Knowing that Karen is now a witness, he shoots her point blank, and orders Rafi to go and capture Sean, Michael and Zoe. The trio waits for the vehicle sent by Karen, thinking that they are now safe. However, while on the road, Zoe notices that one of the two people inside the van is one of Rafi's henchmen. When the henchmen are about to kill them, a fight breaks out. Sean manages to kill everyone, and they steal the van. Elsewhere, Rafi's men prepare to launch an attack on the bank, and Sean, along with Michael and Zoe, go there. Sean figures out why the Interior Minister killed Karen, and discovers his shady plans. Sean disguises himself as a policeman to infiltrate the bank as the three arrive. As the mercenaries disable the security cameras and begin robbing the bank, Sean kills two henchmen, and enters the building. Rafi transfers $500 million to the hard drive inside the vault. Sean enters the bank and begins shooting the henchmen, who try to stop him. When Michael and Zoe realize that Sean needs help, they get out of the van and run between the cops and the protesters, creating chaos. The protesters break down the door of the bank, and enter inside. Meanwhile, Sean manages to eliminate all the mercenaries in the main hall and goes into the vault. He engages in a confrontation with Rafi and the henchmen in the vault, killing the henchmen, but allowing Rafi to escape. When the Interior Minister realizes that his men are overwhelmed, he calls Rafi to cancel the money transfer, but the latter refuses. As a result, the minister refuses to support him further, and Rafi threatens to kill him for their attack, if he is caught. Rafi exits the vault, and Michael steals the hard disk on Sean's orders. When he realizes that the hard drive has been stolen, Rafi takes Zoe hostage, and threatens to kill her. Sean pushes Michael to the floor, just as Rafi is ready to shoot him, but the agents open fire on Rafi, killing him on the orders of the Interior Minister. Michael flees the bank, while Sean is recovering from his gunshot wounds. Michael then meets the Interior Minister at the church, where he demands a passport, plane tickets to Brazil, and $100,000 in cash, in exchange for the hard disk. Once he hands the hard disk to the minister, the two proceed to the tunnel, where the alleged $100,000 in cash is located. The minister points a gun at Michael, but Sean arrives, points the gun at the minister, and shoots Michael. When the other agents arrive and arrest the minister, Michael stands up, revealing that he faked his death, wearing a bulletproof vest. Finally, Michael hands over the hard drive to Sean. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.